Hello, happy Thursday, everyone. I made it. The water just finished boiling, almost boiling. I took it off right before, and here I am. So tonight we're getting back into the Path of Alchemy and Energetic Healing and the World of Natural Magic by Mark Stavish. And tonight we'll be getting into chapter 7, which is entitled Physical Health and Healing with Spagyrics. So our chapter overviews are 1, why we seek health. Hey, that's perfect for today. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, all the days, right? But yeah. 2, spirituality and physical wellness. Boom. And 3, plants, ruling planets, and potential uses. Why we seek health. For many, the alchemical path begins because they are seeking gold, for others, long life, and for some, to heal themselves or those they love of sickness. In the end, all undertake the alchemical journey with the hope, better still, the burning desire to end pain and suffering in their lives or for others. Even in its most basic aspect, the desire for long life, if not immortality, and infinite riches has at its root the desire to end suffering in some form. This is important because all of these aspects, wisdom, health, wealth, and the power and responsibility they bring, are under the domain of Jupiter. Tuck my foot. Okay. These 4 properties of Jupiter, health, wealth, wisdom, and power, can be interpreted as the 4 elemental qualities of Jupiter. Health is water, wisdom is air, wealth is earth, and power is fire. Boom. I'm repeating that. Health is water, wisdom is air, wealth is earth, and power is fire. Combined and in harmony, they represent the divine plan, or the blueprint for our life as we imagine it. Yet there is a trick. These very things we cannot seek for ourselves alone, but for all of humanity. Our actions must be based in a broad and tolerant love, but not foolish or incredulous. And we must seek to be of service to the greater evolution of all life. Humans helping humanity, welcome in. Good evening. Awesome. All those words I just read are so cool. To be an alchemist, a true alchemist of this level, is to undertake the equivalent of the Bodhisattva's vow, Bodhisattva', Bodhisattva's vow, wherein we live to assist others in their becoming, and not for any purely selfish reasons. In this respect, we cannot seek health simply because we do not wish to be sick or because we are afraid of death. Health is our natural and active state, and it must be maintained by kind, loving, and generous thoughts, feelings, and actions. If we are to live and be supported by this planet, we need to demonstrate that our continued life is of value. We need to demonstrate that we are more than just eating, sleeping, and sensation-seeking machines, but rather that we can integrate the highest values with the most basic acts and be an example of practical spirituality to those around us. In harmonizing our outer life with our innermost dreams, we experience health and life as a natural expression of who we are. Alchemists use plant and mineral products to help achieve this state of harmony and, with it, reflect the Hermetic axiom, as above, so below. Backwoods angelfish! Welcome, you all. Welcome, everyone. Now, later, whenever. I love yous. Dang. It's an awesome Thursday. And all of these words, man. And because, we just had the full moon last night. And even though it looks full right now, it's like actually at 99.1% waning. It's actually starting to lose light, but it's still super duper full. But I did a whole cleansing and releasing ritual last night, and I always do that, but last night I added manifestations in too. And I was so lightheaded afterwards, and I saged my whole apartment, and, a lot of this stuff that this is talking about are the things that I was speaking about, being a servant and being thankful and, releasing what no longer serves me and longevity and life and health and dang, it's so cool. Life is priceless. Oh my goodness. How could you even put a price on it? I mean, I couldn't. So, problems of dosage. The diagnosis of a disease and prescription of treatment for it is the business of medicine. It is important to recognize that it is illegal to practice medicine without a license. For this reason, if you are not a qualified medical practitioner, use the information in this chapter solely for education and do not attempt to treat anyone with spagyric products for physical illness. Experience is required in both the professional end of diagnosis as well as in the preparation of tinctures and assessing how much to ingest. No disease affects every person identically. Each person will respond differently enough to the same disease that the same set of symptoms can be interpreted different. I lost my understanding. I'm starting again. Each person will respond differently enough to the same disease that the same set of symptoms can be interpreted differently by several physicians, and only experience allows them to make proper diagnosis. Because spagyric products are increased in their potency with each operation of separation and recombination, the described. Bring. Emoji King, welcome in. Awesome, dude. Good to see you. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. Let's see if this is too hot to take. Oh, yeah. It's too hot. So who was it that was saying, I can't remember, in the last reading, when I finished the mythical origin of the Egyptian temple, someone was drinking rooibos, but it was like some flavored rooibos. Anyways, I got rooibos tonight and peach ginger. Yum. I put some honey in there too. Ooh, even the steam is hot. I mean, I guess that's the nature of steam. Oh, but dang, I can't wait for you. I mean, I can wait. I'm stoked about that. Okay. Tinctures are often taken diluted at 1 or 2 drops in a teaspoon of water or 10 drops in a glass of water. Some will brave it and take it directly under the tongue as well. For physical illness, the drops are to be taken hourly, whereas for medication, the tincture's dose is taken once a day or at specific weekly intervals. The choice of herb is tricky, as some alchemists insist on the doctrine of correspondences, yet it is more common to take an herb based upon its healing properties in relationship to the disease and prepare or use it as the basis for a tincture. In this instance, it might be advisable to consult a homeopathic or naturopathic physician for herbal suggestions on which to base the production of an elixir. It is also unrealistic, despite the great potency of spagyric products, to expect to heal everything. It is not uncommon for people to turn to alternative forms of healing only at the end of their medical journeys, rather than as a component during allopathic treatment. This is unfortunate, as it creates a condition that is most often worse than if they had begun using spagyric products earlier. This sense of desperation intensifies and changes or charges. This sense of desperation. No, whoa. I had that wrong every time. This sense of, no, it says desperation. Okay, so this sense of desperation intensifies and charges the healing environment, and it may create expectations that plant products are incapable of satisfying. Spagyric products must be used early to provide the optimum results, often, that is, in small doses regularly rather than large doses at once, and correctly, with the right tincture for the right disease. If plant products are incapable of making any significant progress in curing the disease, then mineral products will need to be employed. Mineral products include either specific medicines made from specific minerals or products that have a broad power and influence, such as the white stone or the red stone, two of the most important healing, rejuvenating, and spiritually initiating alchemical creations known in alchemy. Woo. Okay, I'm going to clear my throat in a momento. All right. In his work, The Alchemist's Handbook, Frater Albertus describes a method for testing the quality of a product. Quote, before administering any alchemical medication to animals or sick individuals, a test should be performed to determine if the medicine is properly prepared. This is done by placing a small amount of the herbal substance on a thin sheet of heated copper. If it melts like wax and does not give off any smoke, and then solidifies again, it is an indication that the medication has been prepared correctly and that it is ready for use. Alchemical herbal medicines are the essence and salt or purest form, as all irrelevant and extraneous matter has been removed during the process of calcinations. That which is essential cannot be destroyed by fire, but is only purified and brought to its preordained state. End quote. Alchemy and homeopathy. The spagyric way of preparing medicine in relationship to parachemistry. Parachemistry, cool. A small pamphlet produced by Frater Albertus under his birth name, Albert Richard Rydell, PhD, hints at the relationship between alchemy and homeopathy when discussing mineral salts, an important part of alchemical and homeopathic treatments. Salts in spagyric products have the dual role of acting as a purifier through filtration for the energies of the plant and as an anchor for those same energies in the material world. Spagyrically prepared herbal products also owe part of their beneficial virtues to the mineral salts they contain. These salts are what are returned to the tincture after they are calcined. Even in instances in which the salt has not been calcined and a crude tincture is used, some of the mineral salts of the plant, known as salts of the sulfur, will still be present. Mineral salts act in the same manner individually as when a harmonic group with other salts or when found in herbs. Centuries of research on the actions of these salts and the symptoms produced by their deficiencies has led to their efficient use in affecting certain illnesses. So let's see here. The mineral salt aluminum hydrate is, and okay, so the first thing I'm going to list is the mineral salt. And the second thing I'll list is the area of symptomatic relief. Aluminum hydrate. Nervine for the sympathetic nervous system. It's a stimulant. And then antimony sulfide, golden. It's a depurative. It stimulates circulation. Calcium chloride. It restores elasticity, muscle weakness, and muscle tonic. Calcium fluoride. It is, the symptomatic reliefs are blood vessels, tooth enamel, connective and elastic tissue, and skin. Calcium phosphate helps bones, general nutrition, digestive aid, a tonic, and an anti-anemic, antianaemic, anemic, not anemic, but anemic. So that was calcium phosphate. So calcium sulfate is a blood purifier, a depurative. It prevents cell disintegration and pus formation. Copper sulfate helps with the thyroid, the sexual organs, and the kidneys. Gold chloride helps with cardiac, tonic, heart, and anti-arthritic. Iron phosphate reduces fever and inflammation, carries oxygen, anti-phlogistic. It's anti-anemic, febrifuge, hemostatic, vasotonic, and vulnerary. I don't know what a lot of these words are, or at least 3 of them so far. Michelle, happy Thursday. Welcome in, my friend. Iron sulfate, it's a depurative for and it helps the gallbladder. It's antiphlogistic and blood oxygenation. Magnesium phosphate, antispasmodic. It's a cardiac, spasm and cramp relaxative, and carminative nervine or nervine. Venus Queen, welcome in. What an awesome name. Cool. Nervine. Mercury chloride. It's a brain cell activator, liver cleanser, alternative. I don't know this word. Cholagague. 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 Stimulant, hepatic, and antisyphilitic. Potassium chloride is an anticoagulant, depurative, hepatic, expectorant, mucus and clot neutralizer, and a cholagague. Anyone? I gotta look that one up. All right. Coag. Cholagague. It's an agent that promotes an increased flow of bile. Cool. Okay, wait, how you say? A lot of times it'll just bring it up. Pronunciation. Oh, hey, it's the first one. Cholagogs. I was way off. Really? Cholagogs? You actually pronounce the CH on this one? Cholagog. I feel like I gotta look up another one. Cholagog. I bet that's it. That makes way more sense. Cholagog. That's what I'm going with. The Cholagog. It's too funny. I'm glad I looked at another one. Okay, Cholagog. And what did it was like it helped bile flow. Increased flow of bile. Cholagog. Cool. Okay. So, mucus and clot neutralizer and a cholagogue. Potassium phosphate is an antiseptic, it's restorative, a nervine, and an xanthamintic. Let's look it up. Xanthamintic. M-I-N-T-I-C. Xanthamintic. Cool. We're learning stuffs. Exam. Where are you at? There you go. Yeah. E-X-A. Exam. N-T-H-E-M-I-N-T-I-C. That's not in here, but exanthementos. Refers to a skin eruption or rash that may be associated with fever. Something associated. Okay, wait. Another name for exanthematis. Exanthematis. Drug eruption. Drug-induced exanthem. What's exanthem? Exanthem. Them. An eruptive disease such as measles or its symptomatic eruption. So potassium phosphate, it's an antiseptic, it's restorative, it's a nervine, and I'm guessing that this means that it prevents that. Exanthementic. Exanthementic. So reduce fever? Possibly? Okay, anybody? Anybody know? Okay, potassium sulfate. Febrifuge. It's a skin lubricant and opener. Antiphlogistic. Carminative. Diaphoretic. Exanthementic. Exanthementic. And then emmenagogue. Amenagogue. Ooh, dude. All these words. Amenagogue and febrifuge, which I already said once and I don't know what it means still. Okay, let's try with that one first. Febrifuge. Febrifuge. A medicine used to reduce fever. Awesome. So if that's that, then exanthementic. Maybe not. Maybe it stops something from explosive growth. Okay, and then amenagogue. EMMENA. Amenagogue. Amenagogue, a substance that stimulates or increases menstrual flow. Wow. I almost said juicy. That seems gross. Oh my gosh. Okay, so a substance that stimulates or increases menstrual flow. Amenagogue. That girl's voice. I don't know if it picked it up, but it's very dainty. Amenagogue. Amenagogue. Okay. So, Jack. Genevieve, oh my gosh, welcome in. Good to see you. Okay, silic oxide, a cleanser and eliminator, stimulates assimilation, a depurative, diaphoretic, and pus and tissue developer, and maturing. Silver chloride, aids memory, brain tonic, antiseptic to mucous membranes. Sodium chloride, water distribution, promotes digestion, and exanthementic. Sodium phosphate, it's an acid neutralizer. Antacid, it's digestive. Vermifuge, and antirheumatic. Vermifuge, let's look it up. I love you too. Vermifuge. What? Okay. Wait a second. Okay, wait. It says an anthelmintic medication. I don't know what anthelmintic is, but mintic is the end of that other word that they didn't have on Google. Okay, wait. Anthelmintic. Okay, so it's a medicine. Anthelmintic. Anthelmintic. Definition. You can't, I don't know. Isn't there like a rule? I think I've said this before. There should be a rule about you can't define the word with the word that's in it, because now I still have no idea what that means. Anthelmintic is an anthelmintic medicine. Thanks a lot. What is an anthelmintic? Okay, what are examples of anthelmintic drugs? Commonly used ones are... Wait, what is it though? Used to destroy parasitic worms. Cool. So wait, was that exanthamintic? No. Shoot, dudes. Febrifuge. Is that what? Oh no. What was the first word I was looking up? I'm so confused. Sodium water distribution promotes digestion. Exanthamintic. No. Abstract. So-called exanthamintic. No, exanthematic. Children's diseases are measles, mumps, rubella. Fifth disease, smallpox. Well, shoot. Okay, so let's just continue on this chart. I'm almost to the end. I just confused my own self there. So sodium chloride, water distribution, promotes digestion, and it's an exanthamintic. Sodium phosphate is an acid neutralizer, and antacid, it's digestive. Oh, vermifuge. And vermifuge, that's what I was looking up. Okay. Vermifuge. Parasitic. Oh, so it's like a parasitic drug or something. Gets rid of parasitic worms. And then antirheumatic. Sodium sulfate is antibilious. Cholagogue, a depurative, a water remover. It's hepatic, and it's a hydragogue. Zinc chloride is tissue and brain cell stimulant, astringent, and antiseptic. Woo! We made it. Okay, so vermis something. Oh, you're the best. In case anyone wants to like take a snap of that, pause it or whatever, you can look up those words for yourself. How do I get the... Boop. Okay, let's see if I can't take a bigger sip of this now. Not a big one, but oh, it's so good. Okay. The fundamental principle involved in the use of mineral salts is that of correcting a deficiency and, through that correction, establishing a harmony that results in health rather than seeking to achieve a specific result. This same fundamental process is carried over into homeopathy, which has its roots in alchemy. In 1873, Wilhelm Schussler, maybe, Schuessler, Schussler, Wilhelm Schussler, a German homeopathic physician, proposed that of the salts found in the human body, the 12 major ones were responsible for maintaining health. Schussler's ideas won... It's on two... oh, it's just adherence. Schussler's ideas won adherence quickly and became very popular in Europe and even India. Like many forms of non-allopathic medicine, Schussler suffered during the second half of the 20th century, but not before Dr. George Washington Carey and Inez Adora Perry would adapt Schussler's ideas into a complex form of esoteric healing, very much in harmony with homeopathy's alchemical roots. Carey and Perry suggested that each of the 12 major cell salts found in the human body were related to one of the signs of the zodiac. From this basis, it has been theorized that since the number 12 is the basis for a complete life cycle, 12 months in the year, signs in the zodiac, gates of the New Jerusalem, apostles, and Hebrew prophets, as well as the number of perfection in Renaissance numerology, the human body will always be missing a certain level of cell salts because its period of formation in the womb falls short of the number 12. By the very fact that we take on physical life, we take on imperfection in form. Only through alchemical, homeopathic, or some other form of energetic means can this deficit be or deficit can this deficit be identified and corrected. The alchemical process for modifying these deficiencies is time consuming. However, a highly simplified variation of it, which follows, will assist in regaining energetic and physical well-being and maintaining health. So the sign, Aries, the mineral salts, potassium phosphate, and the cell salt name is Kali Phos. For Taurus, the mineral salt is sodium sulfate, and the cell salt name is natrium sulf. For Gemini, we have potassium chloride, and the name is Kali probably. Kali, like Kali Yuga. Kali Mur, M-U-R. For Cancer, the mineral salt is fluoride of lime, and the cell salt name is calcium fluoride. For Leo, the mineral salt is magnesium phosphate, and the cell salt name is magnesium phos, or phos, P-H-O-S. For Virgo, the mineral salt is potassium sulfate, and the cell salt name is Kali sulf. For Libra, the mineral salt is sodium phosphate, and the cell salt name is natrium phos. Phos? For Scorpio, the mineral salt is lime sulfate, and the cell salt is calcium sulf. For Sagittarius, the mineral salt is silicae, maybe silica, but it's SILICEA, silica. And the cell salt name is silicae. For Capricorn, the mineral salt is lime phosphate, and the cell salt is calcium phos. For Aquarius, the mineral salt is sodium chloride, and the cell salt is natrium mur. And lastly, we have Pisces. Their mineral salt is iron phosphate, and the cell salt name is ferrum phos. Okay, so here's that chart. Each sign also corresponds to a decant, or 1/3 of other signs in its particular elemental grouping. Interesting. I mean, it just reminds me of tarot. Okay, for us, this means that one cell salt will be absent and several of the needed cell salts will always be low in our bodies, for a total of 9 parts, or 3 decants for each of the missing 3 zodiacal signs if a fetus is carried to full term. If it is born prematurely, additional cell salts will be needed. To simplify the process of having to calculate which cell salts are needed, it is possible to obtain a single remedy that already contains all 12 cell salts. The following method uses this product. Method 1. 1. Collect rainwater, preferably in the months of April and May and during a lightning storm. Fresh snow can also be used if rainwater is not available. I collected rainwater last night during the full moon. It's cool. I wish I could have collected more, but at least I still got like a couple inches. 2. Filter the water to remove any debris. 3. Dissolve 9 tablets in 45 milliliters of rainwater. 4. Drink it. 5. Do this daily for 3 months, starting with your birthday. If you were born prematurely, add additional weeks or months to compensate. Wow. You will need a little over 4 liters of rainwater for this method. Dang. Man, there'll be more rain this spring. Method 2. Dissolve the pills in rainwater and circulate it at a very low heat, or allow it to digest for 1 month, preferably during the sign of Cancer. Circulation without a laboratory. 1. To circulate without a laboratory setup, place the liquid with the dissolved tablets in a glass container that is tall enough so that after the liquid is added, it will be at least 3/4 to 4/5 empty. Do this preferably on a Monday or Thursday morning during a new moon or full moon. 2. Cover the mouth of the container with plastic food wrap and seal tightly. 3. Place on a low heat source for several hours. The liquid should never boil. 4. Allow it to cool before bottling. 5. Take 5 milliliters daily for 3 months, starting with your birthday. Dang. Okay, I gotta clear my throat again. Boom. So, digestion. Digestion is the same as circulation, except that there is no external heat source pushing the product. For our purposes, time and astrological influences are the deciding factors. Start your operation on a Monday morning, or on or near the new moon, in the sign of Cancer or Virgo. Other signs can be used, but Cancer deals with growth and from the body, and and other signs can be used, but Cancer deals with growth and form of the body, and Virgo rules the 6th house, the house of health. 1. Place the liquid with the dissolved tablets in a glass container that is tall enough so that after the liquid is added, it will be at least 3/4 to 4/5 empty. Add Erlenmeyer's flask. Oh wait, an Erlenmeyer flask is ideal for this, as it has a long neck that allows for a great deal of evaporation and condensation of the liquid. 2. Stopper the flask or cover the mouth of the container with food wrap, sealing tightly. 3. Wrap the flask in aluminum foil. Cover it completely. 4. Allow it to sit in darkness for 30 or 40 days. 5. Take 5 milliliters daily for 3 months, starting with your birthday. You will need about 750 milliliters of rainwater for this method. The addition of the highly charged rainwater, which can be kept in your refrigerator when not in use to hold the charge, and extended period of digestion, allowing for solve et coagula to occur, is what makes this an alchemical product. Here we have 3 simple methods that can be followed with little or no equipment, and that will give tremendous benefits toward improving physical health. Interesting. Yum. Salt structures and the tree of life. An extremely interesting but highly esoteric aspect of plant salts is that they also act in a manner reflecting their geometric shapes, shapes that have direct relationships to the planetary correspondences of the plants. Therefore, if we examine the calcined salt of a plant under a microscope, we will see that it has a specific shape and form. For example, salts of a cubic crystalline form relate to Saturn and can be used to assist in all areas in which the energies of Saturn are needed. This can be used to help us in deciding the correspondences for plants that are not listed in the traditional alchemical herbals. Cool. Cool. This theory also demonstrates the Kabbalistic theory of trees. Oh no, I'll start that sentence again. This theory also demonstrates the Kabbalistic theory of 4 trees in 4 worlds, wherein the earth, or mineral, tree is the first to form, but the last to be animated with consciousness. Through the addition of mineral substances to our work, we not only anchor our work solidly in the material world, but also assist the mineral world in its evolution. The more we work with the salts of our plant products, the closer we bring the entire process into the realm of genuine alchemy. And by that, we mean the transformative practice for both matter and energy. So if the crystal is cubic, the planetary correspondence of the plant is Saturn, and the sphere on the tree of life is Binah. If the crystal is tetragonal, the planetary correspondence of the plant is Jupiter, and the sphere on the tree of life is Ch.7. If the crystal is orthorhombic, the planetary correspondence of the plant is Mars, and the sphere on the tree of life is Geburah. If the crystal is monoclinic, the planetary correspondence of the plant is the sun, and the sphere on the tree of life is Tifereth. If the crystal is triclinic, am I saying that right? The planetary correspondence of the plant is Venus, and the sphere on the tree of life is Netzach. If the crystal is rhombohedral, the planetary correspondence of the plant is Mercury, and the sphere on the tree of life is Hod. And lastly, if the crystal is hexagonal, the planetary correspondence of the plant is the moon, and the sphere on the tree of life is Yesod. Cool. It's like this quick chemistry guide. I just want to. Nope. No, it doesn't have these shapes. Okay, just wanted to see. So plants, and their healing qualities, Saturn. Saturn rules over old age, chronic disease, and life's lessons, or karma. Often perceived as the cosmic bookkeeper, Saturn is the planet of learning. If we have some introspection and self-discipline, Saturn will not be too difficult for us. If we lack these basic qualities, then we will perceive Saturn's influences as hostile, punitive, and even evil at times. Saturn corresponds to the bones, teeth, the spine, in conjunction with Leo, the spleen, hair, nails, all minerals in the body, joints, and flexibility, especially the knees, and all slow and chronic activities of the body. Saturn governs ages hardening and restricting processes, such as the formation of crystals in the body, as well as the hardening of the anterior lobe of the pituitary, restricting growth, hearing, memory, and circulation to the extremities and soft tissue. Wow, this is so interesting. Diseases associated with Saturn are diseases affecting any of the above organs, including depression, melancholy, senility, crankiness, and lethargy. Hardenings of the organs, arteries, or any calcification, rheumatism, arthritis, and anything chronic. Plants associated with Saturn include beetroot, horsetail, fenugreek, barley, plantain, Solomon seal, plantain, Solomon seal, rye, senna, comfrey, which is also sometimes Jupiter, periwinkle or myrtle, which is sometimes lunar, pansy, and corn. I'll flash it up here because it has all of the genus species on it too, if you want to look that up. Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest of the planets, the Sun being first, and bears many similarities to the Sun. Jupiter is in fact a sun that failed to fully ignite, and therefore it actually gives off more energy than it takes in. What would Saint Germain do? I'd wear that bracelet. So interesting, that whole thing I just read. Jupiter is known as the greater benefic, and its placement in a birth chart is studied extensively because of the profound influences this planet has on so many significant areas of daily life. It is advisable to have a copy of your horoscope made so that you can study it in relation to the spagyric products you are making. If a plant is badly aspected, prepare a tincture for it. Jupiter rules over good health, wealth, philosophical and religious matters, ceremony, and the enjoyment of life. Jupiter corresponds to the liver, the lungs, sometimes with Mercury, and the arteries of the stomach and abdomen, digestion and assimilation of oxygen and nutrition, fatty tissues and areas of the body that store fat, the spleen with Saturn, and general antibiotic functions of the body, cell growth, general energy levels, and in the brain, the optical lobe of the pituitary body. Diseases associated with Jupiter are Jupiter does not promote disease, but through its configuration with other planets can affect diseases, which include all diseases of excess and immoderation, particularly excessive drinking. Jupiter rules the liver, excessive eating, and even drug and substance abuse. Congestion in the lungs, nose, and throat, poor blood, along with Mars, and in the stomach. Jupiter has secondary effects on the heart and various cancers. Plants associated with Jupiter include agrimony, asparagus, borage, endive, manna, flowering ash, elecampane, sometimes solar, elecampane, I don't know that one, lemon balm, ginseng, raspberry, sage, comfrey, which is also sometimes Saturn, and bilberry. And here's that list. Okay, let's take a sip and then we'll get into Mars. Dude, this is so good. It's now drinkable. I love herbal teas, dude. Yum. Mars. Mars rules over intense and often violent energy, bringing dynamic power to all that it encounters. Mars increases psychic ability as well as motion and power in the physical realm. Mars corresponds to the muscular system, male sexual organs, marrow, blood formation, the quality of red. Yay, okay. So Mars corresponds to the muscular system, male sexual organs, marrow, blood formation, the quality of red corpuscles, adrenaline, the supraadrenal glands, body heat and combustion, the gallbladder, and the purging of the body to maintain health. Diseases associated with Mars are swelling and inflammation of tissues, blood pressure high and low, bleeding or any sudden and rapid onset of a disease, sharp pains, blisters, eruptions, and fevers. Mars also rules head injuries via Aries and the polarity between the sexual organs. Why did I say organs? The sexual organs, Scorpio, and the brain, Aries, excuse me, demonstrating the two terminals of the secret fire or serpent energy. Plants associated with Mars include common onion, garlic, wormwood, red pepper or paprika, horseradish, dyer's broom, hedge hyssop, tobacco, all kinds of pine, black radish, sarsaparilla, and all varieties of mustard. Dang, I love those Mars things. Okay, wait, this way. The sun. The sun rules over all life as we know it. The sun provides all of the other planets, including the moon, with energy, which in turn they transform or modify, reflecting it back and thereby creating the impulses that influence the horoscope when they are perceived from the perspective of Earth. The sun is our sense of self, willpower, total organizing ability externally, self integration internally, and total energy levels and vitality and success. The sun corresponds to the heart, and with it, circulation in relation to Mars and Jupiter. The distribution of heat in the body, as well as psychic energy via the solar plexus. The spinal column, vision, thymus gland near the heart, the pituitary gland with Mars and Saturn, and eyes, right in man, left in woman. This is so juicy. Diseases associated with the sun are diseases that affect the total health of the body, degrade the structure of the body, or are the result of birth defects or accidents. Plants associated with the sun include Roman chamomile, marigold, cinnamon, bergamot, dittany, eyebright, sunflower, St. John's wort, elecampane, which is also sometimes Jupiter, German chamomile, peony, and rosemary. Am I saying that wrong? Elecamp, elecamp, ele- elecampane, elecampane. I don't know. Here we go. Venus. Hey, we had Queen Venus in here earlier. Awesome. Or Venus Queen, one way or the other. Venus rules over herbalism, spagyrics, talismanic and natural magic, arts, music, poetry, design, theater, harmony, proportion, integration, and mediation of opposites into a whole, odors, perfumes, physical love, and celestial love. The path of devotion. Venus corresponds to the skin, complexion, muscles of the face, kidneys, perspiration, veins, parathyroid glands, tissue selection and formation, transformation and enrichment of substances within the body or alchemically, the internal sexual organs and smells. Why do I keep saying that? I don't know. I've never had trouble saying organs before, but I keep saying organs. Excuse me. Organs, internal sexual organs, and smell. Diseases associated with Venus are Venus, like Jupiter, does not promote disease, through its configuration with other planets, can affect diseases, mainly of the skin, uterus, sexual organs, and kidneys, as well as, like Jupiter, diseases of immoderation and excess. Plants associated with Venus include yarrow, lady's mantle, marshmallow, artichoke, wild strawberry, motherwort, peach, pear, rose, blackberry, tansy ragwort, and vervain. Ooh, I've got peach in my drink right now. Venus. Plus, I'm ruled by Venus. Oh, my family's going on Easter vacation. We're leaving Saturday, and my sister's making peach cobbler. Oh my gosh. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so let me show you that one. Mercury. Ooh, oops. I put some honey on here. Oh no. It's okay. I must have got some on the side of my cup. Okay. Mercury. Mercury rules over communications and commerce, initiation into the mysteries, alchemy, Kabbalah, astrology, all forms of magic, writing, transmission of information, the nerves, skills involving manipulations and dexterity, mental skills, and the speedy distribution of energy. Mercury corresponds to the nerves, speech, hearing, the arms, fingers, the feet, toes, the brain with the moon, coordination between thoughts and speech or actions, the throat and thyroid, the pons in the brain, it links the sun, the cerebellum, and moon. Oh, no, okay. It links the sun, cerebrum, and the moon, cerebellum, aspects of the brain. Cool. Spinal fluids, nerve sheaths, fluids related to the brain and nervous system, and in some instances, the lungs, along with Jupiter. Okay. Diseases associated with Mercury are mental disorders, stuttering, and nerve disorders and breakdown, as well as respiration under stress, metabolism, and metabolic disorders reflected in the thyroid. Plants associated with Mercury include all varieties of acacia, dill, celery, mint or calamint, caraway, fennel, horehound, mercury, which it says annual in parentheses, mercury, and perennis or perennial, parsnip, parsley, bittersweet, and coltsfoot. Mercury. Come on, you can focus, please. Dude, it's not focusing. There we go. The moon. The moon rules over water, growth, agriculture with Saturn, fertility, conception, emotions, instincts, and unconscious responses, psychic phenomena, family, the mother, collective consciousness, rhythm and cycles, and genetic and cultural heritage. The moon corresponds to the brain, memory with Saturn, the breasts, the womb, the ovaries, menstruation, the stomach with Jupiter, and esophagus, and all body fluids, including saliva, urination, and lactation. Wouldn't it just be urine? I guess. Anyways, and breast milk. But anyways, okay. Diseases associated with the moon are disruptions in any of the organs it rules, including dry breasts, infertility, and any glandular secretions, in conjunction with their specific planetary ruler, as well as the eyes, left in man, right in woman. Plants associated with the moon include all varieties of cabbage. I love cabbage. I love cabbage so much. Pumpkin gourd, turmeric. Dude. Okay. I'm excited. I love all these things. Okay. Mouse ear hawkweed. I don't know that one. Hyssop, duckweed, white lily, nutmeg, watercress, chickweed, speedwell, and periwinkle or myrtle, which is also sometimes Saturn. For a very let's try that again. For a very thorough listing of plants, their Latin names, and their planetary correspondences, see The Practical Handbook of Plant Alchemy by Manfred Junius. For a comprehensive listing of plants, their Latin names, their planetary and zodiacal correspondences, and cross-name listings for common names, see The Master Book of Herbalism by Paul Beyerl, Beyerl, Beyerl. Additional suggested reading includes A Modern Herbal by Mrs. M. Grieve and Culpepper's Medicine, A Practice of Western Holistic Medicine by Graham Tobin, Graemetobyn. Cool, Graham Tobin. So, key points of this chapter. Health is the body's natural state of being. And then health must be sought, not for itself, but as a means to continue our spiritual development and to aid others. Next, we have, if one is not a medical professional or under the care of one, diagnosing and treating with spagyric and alchemical products requires extensive experience. As such, we should only treat ourselves and not others if we do not possess the proper professional training. The practice of medicine is regulated by law in most countries. Next, we have the body relies on mineral salts to maintain health. Next is homeopathy uses 12 of these salts in the creation of cell salts. Next is cell salts can also be used in the creation of spagyric products for restoring health. Our next bullet is mineral salts are found in the calcined salts of spagyric products and are an important part of the product's healing capability, in part based on their astrological correspondences. Next, we have alchemy theory states that every person is born deficient in several cell salts. The degree of deficiency is a result of the length of fetal gestation in the womb. Since nobody develops for 12 months, nobody can be fully sufficient in all 12 salts. Next, we have plant salts, when calcined, will appear in one of 7 crystalline formations. These formations correspond to the planets and the spheres on the tree of life in Kabbalah. And lastly, we have each planet affects several areas and functions of our psychic, physical, and mental health. Through correspondences, we can find the right plant and planetary ruler to create a tincture for sustaining health and well-being. General assignments for Chapter 7. 1. Make an elixir from fresh rainwater and cell salts. I'll just do one again. 1. Make an elixir from fresh rainwater and cell salts. 2. Review your notes and see how you can improve on the calcination of your salts. Meditation practices for Chapter 7. 1. Using planetary hours, meditate on each of crystalline structures presented. Do this for several weeks. Note the results of your meditations in your notebook. 2. Meditate on the nature of planetary correspondences. Starting on Saturday, sit with some horsetail, fresh or dried, or some other plant under the rulership of Saturn, and visualize yourself inside the plant's structure. What does it feel like to be horsetail? If possible, locate the position of Saturn in an ephemeris and face in its direction. Repeat this for each planet of each day using the appropriate herb. Boom. Amber Lachelle, welcome in. Awesome. Wow. And that was Chapter 7. And that's what we're reading tonight. Dude, that was so interesting. Man. So next time we go live with this book, we're going to be getting into chapter 8, which is entitled Ritual Use of Spagyric Products. Cool. Dang, it's been really fun in here with everyone. What good energy everyone brought. Awesome. So I hope you're having a great week. I hope you had a wonderful full moon. And you know that moon energy is still so big and strong right now. There's still plenty of time to do any releasing or manifesting rituals. Yeah, but whatever you get into the rest of this week, I wish you a wonderful time, whatever it is that you get into. And thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. This was awesome. This was so cool. And I thank you so much, YouTube. I thank you so much, StreamYard. I thank you to everybody in this amazing book family community. You guys are freaking awesome. And I thank my family, my sister, my friends. And above all, I thank you, Spirit. I thank you, God. I thank you, Universe. Dang, you guys. I will likely be back tomorrow, but we'll see what shakes, right? We'll always do it like we feel it. And take care of yourselves. Mwah. See you so soon. Thank you.